Are you ready to head out?
Absolutely. I'm all set and ready to go.
Alright, well, we'll travel west. I think we should probably go overland and avoid the roads.
Sounds like a plan. I'm quite familiar with the lay of the land and can guide us through the forest. Lead the way, and I'll follow close behind.
I'm just going to set a marker at the headwaters of the river.
Good call. It's always wise to have a point of reference in this vast wilderness.
At least on these plains
Just
we'll be able
let me
to...
know if you need me to keep an eye out for anything along the way.
Well, of course we're watching for Thalmor.
Of course, always on high alert for those sneaky Thalma. They won't catch us unawares, that's for sure.
We should be able to see him coming from miles away.
Absolutely. With the open landscape and clear skies, we have a great vantage point. It's good to have a clear line of sight to stay one step ahead.
The biggest concern out here is packs of wolves.
Ah, yes. Those cunning wolves can be quite a threat, especially when they roam in numbers. We'll be ready to send them packing if they dare to cross our path.
I see a couple lone ones out there prowling in the distance. I think we should avoid them.
Good call. It's always best to avoid any unnecessary confrontations with those wolves. Let's give them their space and continue on our way.
Well, I see water off on the horizon already.
Fantastic. It's always refreshing to reach the water, a sign that we're on the right track.
Let's give these mammoths a wide berth too. I hear wolves.
Let's stay cautious and steer clear of them. I'll be ready to defend us if they decide to get close.
I feel safer already. Oh, there you are. I was wondering if you'd gotten lost.
We made it! What a successful journey.
Well, we're almost to the water, yes, but I think our journey has just begun.
Indeed, reaching the water signifies the start of a new chapter in our journey. Your leadership and resourcefulness have been a great help.
The waterways of Skyrim are truly strange and magnificent.
Indeed, they are. The waterways hold many mysteries and beauties, each with its own stories to tell.
I think I mentioned I was studying the work of a prominent hydrologist concerning the river that goes past Riverwood and through Whiterun Hold.
That's fascinating. The river you're referring to is likely the White River, a significant and picturesque waterway in Skyrim.
Yes, that's correct.
It's always intriguing to learn more about the natural world around us.
I'm not entirely sure what this river here in western Whiterun Hold is.
It could be one of the many smaller rivers that flow through the hold. If it piques your interest, perhaps we could take a closer look and try to identify it.
Well, we're following this smaller tributary now. I think it's going to widen out as we get further along.
Exploring a smaller tributary can often lead to unexpected discoveries. It's all part of the adventure, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. Great weather today.
Absolutely. The clear skies and pleasant weather have made our journey even more enjoyable.
Taking a brief detour, I thought I saw a way shrine up here.
Sure, a brief detour sounds like a good idea.
Careful, there's a saber cat up ahead.
I'll keep an eye out for anything unusual while we head in that direction.
Do you see him in the tall grass there, stalking us?
I don't see anyone else around. We should remain cautious until we're sure the situation is safe.
I think the shrine is blocking your view a little bit. It's that saber cat up there.
Oh, I see it now. It's best that we proceed with caution.
I think we should probably just
Let's
avoid
ensure
him.
we stay safe here.
And it looks like there's a giant camp possibly up on the hill there.
Ah, I see what you mean. The giants have made their mark on these lands, and we should steer well clear of their camp. Let's
Yes,
keep our distance and continue on our way.
they've been known to send bandits flying, that's for sure.
Indeed, the giants have a fearsome strength, to say the least. It's best to give the account a wide berth and continue our journey while keeping a watchful eye on our surroundings.
So, are there giants in Valenwood?
Yes, there are accounts of giants in Valenwood. While they may not be as common as in Skyrim, they are definitely a force to be reckoned with.
It appears that this terrain's getting more challenging as we go down in altitude.
Absolutely, the terrain is becoming crazy and treacherous.
As we cross from Whiterun Hold into the Reach, too, we'll need to be vigilant for Reachmen.
Indeed, nearing the reach requires extra vigilance. We'll proceed with caution and keep a keen eye out for any signs of their presence.
Magnificent view.
Absolutely. The views in the reach are truly breathtaking. It's a spectacular sight to behold, that's for sure.
Some kind of Nordic ruin out to the north there.
Nordic ruins are often brimming with history and potential treasures. It could be an opportunity for a little adventure and some thrilling discoveries.
We'll see if our path takes us there. Ooh.
Sounds like a plan. We'll continue our journey, but if our path takes us in that direction, we'll certainly check it out.
Is that a... Oh, it's some kind of pigeon. I was hearing a strange noise.
Ah, that sounds like a game of hide and seek with local wildlife. Perhaps it's telling us that we're on the right path.
The terrain is very precipitous here. Let's be cautious.
Indeed, the steep terrain can be quite challenging to navigate.
There's another saber cat in the tall grass over there.
It's always best to err on the side of caution in such terrain.
The landscape is certainly quite extreme here in Skyrim.
It is indeed. Skyrim circuit terrain and extreme conditions make it an adventure like no other.
I'm trying to find a good spot to ford this this stream.
We'll find a suitable place to cross the stream. I'll keep an eye out for a spot with a manageable current and not too wide, so we can traverse it safely.
I apologize for my pathfinding skills. We've had to retrace our steps a little bit.
Time to die.
Let's move along. These mammoths are showing some aggressive posture. Ori? Are you okay?
For sure. Just taking care of a bandit.
Alright, just don't make those mammoths mad at us.
Absolutely. You need to be mindful of not disturbing the local runner.
I'm not sure what's up with this fellow here.
I've done it before.
Hello?
Oh, hello there.
Uh-huh.
Didn't notice you come up. I was focusing my magicka. Or at least I thought I was. I don't really know what I'm doing.
I see that.
You don't have to tell me that. See, my grandfather was a wizard. My father wouldn't talk about it much. But I found some of his things in
Looks
the
like
attic,
we've had a couple of run-ins
including
with
this
bandits.
staff. After that, I thought I was
I'm
turning
glad
into
we
a
handled
wizard
it
too, because
Let's continue
dead
on our
things
journey,
near me would
and
come
I'll
to
keep
life
an eye out
again
for
for a
any more
while.
trouble.
I even went to the College of Winterhold. They just laughed at me. The magic is in the staff, not in me, they said. Okay, you've talked me into it. In fact, keep it. You must have used up the magic in the staff or something. It's just a dumb stick of wood now.
I think that is likely what happened, pal. Well, thank you. And take care of yourself. You're kind of in a...
It sounds like you've got a good read on the situation.
Oh, yeah, sorry, you kind of came in the middle of all that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did step in suddenly. Just trying to make sure we can keep moving forward safely.
Yeah, it's alright. This random Nord fellow was just experimenting with his granddad's magic staff.
That sounds... You never know what you might come across out here. Let's keep moving, and I'll stay alert for anything else unusual.
Yeah, pretty strange. I mean, we're not close to a town or anything, so I'm not really sure what's up with him.
Sometimes you encounter the unexpected when you're out and about in Skyrim. Let's continue on our way, and I'll stay watchful for any more peculiar happenings.
Speaking of the unexpected, look at all these butterflies. There's dozens of them.
Ah, the beauty of nature never fails to surprise. The colorful colorful and vibrant butterflies certainly add a touch of magic to our journey.
If I were an alchemist, I'd be having a field day right now.
No doubt about that. With so many butterflies around, an alchemist would likely gather quite the harvest of valuable ingredients.
Well, I'm glad we took a pause here because I'm seeing a patrol down on the road there.
Good call on pausing to appreciate the butterflies, and it looks like it was perfect timing as well. Let's stay here for a moment and let them move on before we continue.
My thoughts exactly.
Excellent. It's always best to take the cautious approach in such situations.
I'm trying to tell exactly who they are, too.
It's always good to know who's around us, especially when we're out in the wild. We'll keep patient while you make your assessment.
I think they are Imperial troops.
Imperial troops, you say? I hope everything looks uneventful, and once the troop moves on, we can continue our journey.
Well, they clearly just caught sight of someone they consider to be hostile because they've scattered and started charging.
It seems things are getting more tense.
Yeah, they're heading away from us though, so now would be a good time for us to move on and pass by.
Let's step back and keep a low profile until they move along.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Safety first.
There's also a couple wolves down here that I'm going to try
Once they're out of sight, we can...
Perfect. Well, I'm thinking we'll climb down these rocks and leave our horses behind for the moment. They can catch up to us later.
That sounds like a solid plan. I'll keep it sharp. I have as we find our way down, and we'll reunite with the horses when the time is right.
So I think if we clamber down the rocks here, we can cross back over to the road that way, or we could continue on parallel to the road.
Alright, I'll follow your lead as we navigate down the rocks and find a safe path to cross. Let's stay cautious as we make our way across.
Sounds good. There's another group of travelers on the road.
I've taken note of them. Let's ensure we're taking the safest approach possible as we move forward.
Across the bridge there is an inn. I think that's the Chuckling Chorus.
That's good to hear. It sounds like a great place to take a moment and maybe even spend the night if we need.
I agree. There is some kind of... it looks like maybe a bandit checkpoint between us and that, though.
In that case, we'd best proceed with caution. Let's keep our wits about us and make smart decisions as we move ahead.
Sounds good.
Excellent. before deciding our next steps.
I think I'm inclined to keep avoiding the road, so let's approach the checkpoint from the hills to the rear.
A cautious approach always makes sense. We'll take the less traveled route and approach the checkpoint from an advantageous angle. Let's proceed with careful steps.
There's a giant mud crab down there in this stream. Let's avoid it.
Absolutely. A giant mud crab is not something we want to tangle with.
It just chewed up that elk. So the bridge seems like it crosses to the bandit checkpoint, and all the travelers are are kind of avoiding that area.
I see. It sounds like the checkpoint isn't exactly a friendly spot.
Let's
We'll find a safe and efficient way around it and continue our journey without any trouble.
we might be able to go around the palisade and just go right past it. We'll see.
That approach makes sense and should keep us clear of any unnecessary entanglements with the bandits.
I think their lookout may have seen us. I'm gonna try to knock him off the wall.
Cautious. Keep an eye out for any signs of agitation or build-up of hostilities.
Someone's attacking the checkpoint. Do you see all those flames?
I see them. It looks like the checkpoint is under attack.
I think we'll
Stay out of the fray and continue our journey on the other side of the commotion.
Agreed. Let's let things play out naturally and see what happens.
Let's seize the moment and make our way past the checkpoint carefully.
They're definitely on high alert down there. I can't tell if they've noticed us or not, but there's that one that's looking in our direction.
Alertness means we need to be extra vigilant as we navigate around them. Safety is our top priority as we carry on.
Let's creep up on these rocks where we can get a good vantage.
Indeed, finding a good vantage point will give us a valuable perspective on the surroundings.
I think we
Rise up to
can...
those rocks and carefully take control of the situation.
I think I saw at least 3 bandits, but I just took 1 down.
That was quick thinking. We need to proceed cautiously while keeping an eye out for any further threats.
Let's see if we can't thin their numbers out a little bit more, and then we'll head in and take care of the remainder.
sure we can handle any remaining resistance.
Ah, I see some people in the roadway too. I can't tell what's up with them.
We need to stay alert. I'll support you from a distance and keep watch over the area.
Huh. And it looks like that crazy Nord who was experimenting with the staff has come up the hills behind us. I think that's him out there.
That's quite a development. Just stay focused while I watch your back and keep an eye on our surroundings.
Sounds good.
We'll stay on guard and keep our focus as we navigate through this area.
I think the party in the
Our
roadway
safety is
are
paramount, and we'll approach
Imperials.
the situation with care.
Oh man. Alright, are you ready to do this?
Absolutely. I'm ready to stand by you every step of the way. Let's move forward together.
I'm not sure who that is.
It's always best to be cautious with new rivals.
Alright. I got a little glimpse
Let's
using
be
some...
prepared for any possibility.
There's at least 2 more bandits.
Understood. Our vigilance is crucial as we manage this situation.
Victory is yours. I submit.
Let's watch over the surroundings and proceed with care.
Time to finish.
I deeply appreciate your concern. Let's ensure that we tackle these challenges with vigilance and composure.
Alright, watch your back though.
Understood. I'll stay alert and cover our rear.
We're losing the light, unfortunately, so we need to wrap this up quickly.
Understood. Let's execute this plan swiftly and efficiently.
Yeah, it looks like the Imperials down in the roadway are holding their position.
Got it. I'll continue to guard our backs and look for an opportunity to finish this.
That might actually have been all of the hostiles.
Thank you, Free. Let's take a moment to secure the area and ensure no further threats.
Yeah, we'll clear out the camp here and then go see what's up with those folks down in the road.
Agreed. Once we've cleared out the camp and made sure we're safe, we can then head down the road and see what's going on.
So it looks like there's a robber's cave underneath this this little wooden fort here.
That's quite the discovery. It's good to have the key to the robber's cove in our possession.
I think for now we'll leave the door to it
Let's handle our
locked.
business here and then proceed with caution.
Yes, indeed.
Generally, bandits actually taste quite nice. The meat can be a little tough, but there's not a lot of fat.
Yummo. Well, I think the camp is clear.
Fantastic! We've thoroughly handled the camp, and now we're prepared to investigate the Robbers Cove. Let's ensure the area is secure, and then proceed to the next task.
You really want to head in there and see what's going on?
I'm absolutely ready to explore the Robbers Cove. Let's maintain our focus and approach this with caution.
Does the name Rogru Gro Sharbag mean anything to you?
I'm not familiar with that name or anything connected to it. Let's keep our wits about us as we delve further into the cove.
Alright, I want to touch base with these Imperials down in the road first, just to make sure everything's okay on that side.
Of course, that sounds like a prudent plan. Checking in with the Imperials will provide insight into the situation and help us gauge if there are any potential threats in the vicinity.
It looks like they stopped because they took some casualties from the robbers' ambush.
That's unfortunate. It's crucial to approach the Imperials with empathy and caution, as they've experienced hardship on their journey.
The robbers are taken care of, Captain.
It seems you handled the robbers successfully, which is commendable.
Alright, well, let's head into that cave.
Absolutely. Let's head into the cave. Our teamwork and watchful approach will guide us through this.
Just checking these tents to make sure there's no more sleeping bandits.
Good thinking. It's wise to check the area thoroughly and ensure there are no unexpected surprises. Let's make sure the immediate area is secure before moving into the cave.
I think we're all clear. Let's head in.
Understood. I'll stay vigilant as we explore the cave. Let's proceed carefully.
It seems fairly small.
The size of the cave doesn't diminish the importance of proceeding carefully.
Very true.
It's crucial to be prepared for anything, regardless of the cave size.
Alright, you got me.
Oh, excuse me. I think that last bandit we killed might have been ill.
That was quite
Could you provide a little more context, please?
That was quite a belch.
Ah, I see. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss with you at the moment?
Are you trying to change the subject?
Not at all. I'm here to help and engage in any topic you'd like to discuss.
Well, looks like the cave's all clear.
Good to know. It's essential to thoroughly conclude our investigation of the cave.
So it looks like
Now that the
there's...
cave is secure, we can move forward with the next part of our journey.
I'm thinking maybe we should wait until the morning and exit through this this channel.
Certainly, taking a moment to rest and regroup before exiting is a prudent idea. Your leadership in this decision-making process is valued.
Well, maybe we'll just press on and see if we can make it to the inn tonight.
Of course, take your time to consider our next steps.
I think that's our best course of action.
Agreed. Taking the time to rest and plan our next move will set us on the right path. Let's find a suitable place to rest and prepare for the morning.
Alright, well, it looks like we're going to have to get our feet wet going through this cave. But then, when we leave, it'll bring us pretty close to the inn.
Understood. Navigating the cave and utilizing it as a route to progress further is a strategic choice.
Alright, I guess we'll get to see...
Let's proceed through the cave carefully and prepare for what lies ahead.
Here we go.
Indeed. Let's tread carefully as we move through the cave. I will remain vigilant and prepared for anything you may need.
Ah, mud crabs. Let's get out of the water.
That's one for me.
We want to avoid unnecessary confrontations with wildlife, so it's best to stay out of the water for now.
Yeah.
It seems like the weather's clearing up.
How'd you end up here? My father was
Let's
a
make the
legionnaire.
best of the
Years
improved
before
conditions as we continue on our
me.
path.
Never considered doing anything else.
Well, that, yeah, you spoke too soon there.
Seems like the weather had other plans.
Well, at least...
Continue onward,
yeah.
remaining vigilant and adaptable, regardless of the current condition.
So I can see the inn up ahead, so that's fortunate. Let's go ahead and hurry on our way.
Understood. Let's press forward and make efficient progress.
So, as we enter the inn, let's just be real careful to keep our identities hidden. Especially if there's Dalmor around.
Absolutely. We'll need to be cautious and remain discreet as we navigate the area. I'll keep a close watch to ensure we navigate this situation effectively.
So if we get questioned, we're relic hunters for the Museum in Solitude, and I do have a letter to prove that.
Hooray, that's an extra challenge, but we'll need to keep up with each other.
Alright, well let's head in, it seems. Whew.
Let's continue being careful and ready for any encounters we may face.
Alright.
Come on in and have a seat. I'll send someone over.
I'm ready to support you as we navigate this situation.
I can't say I'm familiar with this particular inn.
The heavy rain can certainly make things more challenging.
Come on in and have a seat. I'll send someone over.
Let's proceed carefully and see what we find.
Come on in and have a seat. I'll send someone over.
Don't worry, Father. I've got a cure poison potion just in case.
Hayden, dear, could you go check on
Let's
Warren's
warm
body?
up by the fire
We might
here.
need to order some more from Whitelaw.
Yes, Mother.
That sounds like a great idea.
They should start giving us a bulk discount.
Honey, did you remember to pick up those items I needed when we went to Dragonbridge? Ah, excellent. Thanks, dear.
Service is a little slow in here.
The rain seems relentless, but I hope it lightens up soon.
Clem, we should plan another trip out to the marshes.
I'm gonna go question the innkeep and see if there's any rumors or information to be had.
There've been loads of new hatchlings. I can test those new traps I've been working on.
Of course, gathering information from the innkeep is a smart move.
Yes? Anything on the menu suit your fancy? Aye, we do. Got a whole menu of tasty items, featuring the infamous crustacean. A lot of folks are pretty horrified at first, until they try one of our signature dishes. Ha! Yes, they do make choking sounds, don't they? But that sounds like we serve bad food, and that is not the case.
My goodness.
My sons bring them in. They like to hunt them in the caves in the foothills yonder. We'll also buy them, or the eggs, off travelers, if you have any and care to sell. The hatchlings are the best, much more tender, you know, before they get big and stringy.
Wonderful.
You mean besides my two crazy sons?
I'm ready to
Adventurers and
support you
mercenaries
any way
mostly.
that I can.
Bosmer and Redguard tend to be pretty effective, since they can resist the poisonous spitting. Of course, it's not for everyone, but the foreigners like to try it just for adventure's sake. Seemed like a good niche. Do you know anyone else bold enough to serve it? Besides, they kinda remind me of the sea. My husband and I moved here from Cyrodiil when the boys were just young'uns.
Are they poisonous?
Only raw or inadequately cooked. It's like certain fish, has to be prepared carefully so the toxin is removed. Also, the younger they are, the less potent the poison, so the hatchlings we favor have very little. It's the older ones you gotta watch out for.
What shall we do with the drunken Bosmer?
Well,
What shall we
I
do
can't
with
give away the
drunken
precise
Bosmer?
secret,
What
but
shall
to
we
allay
do
your
with the
fears,
drunken
I'll tell you
Bosmer
this much.
early in the
We start by
morning?
soaking the raw flesh in a brine to leach it, then cook it at a steady temperature for a certain amount of time. Also, some dishes involve a spirit of some sort, both to add flavor and as a little added precaution.
No
My
kidding.
sons bring them in. They like to hunt them. Well, also, the hatchlings are the best, much more tender, you know, before they get big and stringy.
I'll be ready to
Remember
sizzle
us.
and accompany
Hi there,
as we
what can I get
continue our journey
you?
into the
Tasty
night.
bugs, caught locally. What'll you have? We'll be right here when you come back.
Well, I just learned more about cooking Karis than I ever wanted to know.
It seems you've had an interesting experience. Learning about cars cooking can definitely broaden your knowledge, even if it's not what you expected.
Apparently they serve all manner of Karis-related dishes here at this inn.
That's certainly unique. It's always fascinating to discover the different local specialties and cuisines in various inns.
So, have you ever eaten Karis?
Being a forest-dwelling Bosma, I follow the Green Pact, which requires me to consume only meat from defeated foes. However, I find it fascinating to learn about the different dishes and customs from various regions.
So I take it that means you guys didn't really encounter Karis too often in your homeland?
That's correct. In Valenwood, cars are not a typical part of our diet. We primarily consume meat from our hunting efforts, and that's an integral part of our way of life.
Well, I got us some fish and some beef for dinner. I figured we'll stick with something safe.
That sounds like a wise choice. It's important to prioritize our well-being and enjoy a comforting meal.
Let's spend the night here and then set out again in the morning. It seems like this is a pretty quiet inn.
Agreed. A peaceful night here will allow us to rest up and set out anew in the morning.